What's going on, guys? It's Josh here again. It is an absolute stinker here today in Adelaide. Also, my voice is stuffed. Won't swear. My voice is stuffed because I've got a cold. I'm dying. We've got Kerwin's presentation in the city, and he's going to teach us all about social media marketing, using your influence, etc, etc, etc. And I'm introducing a new segment called Carnists Say the Darndest Things. But without further ado, we're going to head to the presentation. Heading to the presentation now with Dad. We're going to go listen to that, get inspired, then I'll come back and we can do Carnists say the darndest things. So, no, not that segue. Let's go this one. Alright, here we are at the Adelaide Convention Centre, walking up the steps in 42-degree heat. We are here for Kerwin Ray's motivational speech, which is all about social media marketing, using your influence, using social media to promote business, marketing, etc. Other words like that. So we're going to go get inspired, but I gotta find my way into the building. I think it's this way. I think we just need to walk this way. The heat hits you now. That's 42 degrees in Australian summer. Yeah. And then from memory, it's just up these stairs. It's good. It's a good place to network. And this is it. JoshuaAHuggett. H-U-G-G.
I will start with Josh.
Start with Josh.
Yes, that's good.
This is for you, yeah?
Thank you.
You can't sell it, okay?
I can't.
You won't get no money.
Sure. But I registered for free. Alright, we're back. Very inspirational stuff, as well he was last time. Didn't learn as much this time as I did the first time I saw it, but it's always good to have a refresher course. So yeah, let's cue Carnists Say the Darndest Things. Alright, new segment time. So today in the Vegans in Australia group, I put the word out asking for the silly things that have been said to you more recently. There's been lots of the generic comments like bacon, or plants have feelings too. That's a classic. But there's some more interesting ones like Jody's I used to be vegan but I got sick so I started eating meat again. That's a new one. But from Chris we've got my old boss told me cows don't have brains. We've got but fish aren't animals. That's a classic. From Jilly, I'm too busy to be a vegan, it's so expensive to be a vegan. If we didn't eat them, they would take over the world. I presume she's regarding animals there. We need protein for our brains to grow, but lions eat meat. That's a classic one as well. God put animals on the earth for us to eat. Classic. I could never give up cheese. What if you were to raise animals yourself and they live out happy lives on the farm? Is it okay to eat that way? Eloise, you only eat plants. Well, I'm a plants rights activist, and what you're doing is hurting the plants. Plants have feeling too. Eating plants is still cruel. It's amazing how many people actually think that plants have a central nervous system. A guy told me a brand new reason to eat dairy last night, and I thought you would want to know because, you know, being informed and all that. Human mothers give their babies Pepsi instead of breast milk, so if I didn't eat/drink dairy, it'd go to waste. Because there would be more cows and sheep that don't want to give their milk to their own babies. What? Human mothers give their babies Pepsi instead of breast milk. So if I didn't eat or drink dairy, it'd go to waste. Because there would be cows and sheep that don't want to give milk to their own babies. Pepsi doesn't even taste nice. If you're going to deprive your child of breast milk, you might as well give them something tasty. Not Pepsi. That's a penis joke. We don't need penis jokes. My vlog's above that. I didn't fight my way to the top of the food chain just to eat a lettuce. None of us have done any fighting. at all. It's also surprising how many people think that dairy cows produce milk all of the time, that they don't need to be pregnant. That's another recurring theme in all of the messages, is that dairy cows produce milk 24 hours a day, which isn't true, obviously. You know this, that's why you're here. Oysters, I get oysters a lot. That's a new one. That because oysters don't have a central nervous system, that technically they would be made vegan when they're still an animal. Animals are bred for meat, so if you stop eating them, they will all die. That's technically true, and ultimately the end goal is not for them all to die, but essentially what would be mass extinction, because there'd be no real use for cows anymore. You wouldn't kill them, obviously. We're not going to go around killing all the cows. But essentially it would be a mass extinction of all animals that aren't necessary to the food chain. Which is kind of grim when you think about it. Another one is that people believe that if you stop eating all the animals, then they're just going to run wild on the streets. If you don't breed them, then they won't be running around. We're not going to have this massive influx of cows. The businesses will just need to breed less accordingly. I thought cows were born pregnant. I thought cows were born pregnant. Born. So it'd be like one of those Russian dolls that just has a baby inside a baby inside a baby inside a baby. But cows produce milk all the time. If they weren't milked, they would burst. You see that more and more often. The cow was grass-fed, so it's a vegan cow. Yes. It's a herbivorous animal. That's what a herbivorous animal is. It only eats plants. Cows will legitimately explode if they're not milked. No. Technically, if the calf isn't getting the milk, then they wouldn't legitimately explode. They just become very sick. I sound really anti-vegan right now. Canines, classic example. I didn't kill it myself. There it is. You can have oysters. They're not animals. They are. They are. They don't have a central nervous system, but they're still an animal. These are gluten-free, you can have them. That one happens so often. Going to a restaurant and asking for the vegan option and getting given a gluten-free bread. Or prawns. Seafood. Carnists love offering seafood. Hello. Thank you for putting your hair on my bed. One once told me, if you are what you eat, and if cows eat grass, then cows are grass and vegans can eat them. And another said, cow shit is vegan. Cows only eat plants, so go eat shit, vegans. I'm not eating cow poo. Technically an animal product anyway, because it's the byproduct of an animal. So run and tell that. Here we go. A whole album dedicated to shit meat eaters say. Plants have DNA too. Correct. Oh, she started with, I have an IQ of over 140. Plants have... If you have to brag about your IQ, then you're probably already going to lose the argument. It doesn't matter how high your IQ is, it doesn't stand in the way of your ethics. Plants have DNA too. I could be your doctor one day. That's how smart I am. Where's your accomplishments? Prepare yourself for this one. Death just happens. They don't have the same emotions we do. Very basic stuff. Normal. This is when it gets interesting. You get that meat tastes like shit if the animal is unhappy. If meat tastes good, the animal was treated right. This is from a person called Maria that's becoming a doctor. A doctor, an actual doctor that's in charge of people and their lives. And That's enough Carnists say the darndest things. I'll do another one next week. It's just ridiculous to read some of the stuff that comes out. You think about it and you hear it all, you know, you see it on the threads, but there are actually people out there that think this stuff. As per usual, if you like the video, click the like button. If you like me, which is probably hard, click the subscribe button. And then to make me famous, you can click here on this video, and that bumps me in the ratings and gives me the self-satisfaction that I need to continue doing what I do. If you'd like. I'd like you to, because that way I get paid more. See you tomorrow.